Found you, bestie. Mia's face is illuminated by the small flashlight she's holding, but her eyes are darker than the shadows under the bed. The grin on her lips is twisted and sadistic, an expression I have never seen on my bubbly best friend. The cold metal barrel of her silenced pistol stares me down, an inch from my forehead. I always hated how much you loved him, Mia whispers, her voice a chilling, sharp breath. You were so desperate, so pathetic, always waiting by the phone, buying him stupid gifts, making him expensive meals. It was almost too easy to manipulate. Mia. Why? I choke out, my hand gripping the silver dagger Jungkook gave me so hard my knuckles are white. My entire reality is shattering around me, the shards piercing my skin. I can't breathe. For a paycheck. YN, she sneers, her finger tightening on the trigger. Because Jungkook isn't the only one with connections. The rival syndicate paid me millions to give them access to you. You were just the bait. They knew Jungkook was obsessed with you. They knew he'd do anything to keep his little replacement safe. But seeing you like this, all broken and crying under a bed, this part is free. Replacement? Before I can even process the word, a shadow explodes from the hallway. It's Jungkook. He doesn't just tackle her. He looks like a man possessed. He hits her low, slamming his entire body into Mia with so much force her spine makes a sickening pop against the doorframe. The gun flies across the floor, sliding right to me under the bed skirt. Mia screams, a guttural feral sound, as Jungkook twists her arm behind her back, pinning her face first into the carpet. He's alive. He's covered in blood that isn't his. His suit jacket is torn, and his expression is pure, unadulterated fury. My butterflies are back, but this time, they're carrying chainsaws. You rat! Jungkook snarls, pressing his knee into the small of her back. Where are they, Mia? Who is the leader of this syndicate? Give me the name! Mia laughs, her voice strangled as blood stains her teeth. Jungkook grips her hair, pulling her head back. Who is it? Talk! Mia spits a glob of blood onto the carpet. Her eyes find mine under the bed skirt, and she gives me one final chilling smirk. You think I'm the mastermind? I was just the delivery girl. But you really haven't told her, have you, Jungkook? You haven't told her she's just a ghost of someone in a pretty dress. Jungkook flinches violently. His grip on her arm slacks for just a fraction of a second, but that's all Mia needs. She kicks her legs out wildly, throwing him off balance. She doesn't go for her gun. She sprints past the bedroom door, down the hallway, into the darkness of the living room toward the balcony. YN, stay down, Jungkook shouts, pushing himself off the floor, his face pale and eyes wild as he races after her. Stay down? Not a chance. My heart is pounding against my ribs. What ghost? I scramble out from under the bed, grabbing Mia's discarded pistol in one hand and the dagger in the other. I sprint down the hallway toward the broken living room balcony door. The heavy steel emergency shutters have been pried open just enough for a human to slide through. I slip through the gap and step out onto the cold stone balcony. Jungkook is standing there, leaning against the iron railing, staring out at the city lights. But he's alone. No, wait. I look down. Mia is lying crumpled at his feet, unmoving. A dark pool is spreading quickly across the white stone. She's gone. I stop dead in my tracks, my fingers trembling on the gun. I stop dead in my tracks, my fingers trembling on the gun. Jungkook. Did she? I tried again. Jungkook. What is she talking about? What ghost? Jungkook doesn't answer right away. He keeps staring at the skyline. When he finally turns slowly to look at me, the villain mask has completely crumbled. He looks smaller, younger, entirely broken. His eyes are dead. Deader than when he shot the plates of food. He looks at me, and it's like he's seeing a complete stranger. He reaches into his inside pocket and pulls out a small, old, wrinkled photograph. He holds it out to me with a shaking hand. I step closer, my heart in my throat. I take the photo. It's an old portrait. A stunning young woman in her early 20s is holding a little boy. The boy is obviously a very young Jungkook, grinning wildly. The woman has the same dark, intelligent eyes as him. She's wearing the same style of vintage jewelry I own. She has the same long, dark hair. She has my face. Not a resemblance. Not a she has your nose kind of thing. She is my literal carbon copy. I always thought the universe was kind, to give me another chance to protect the only person I ever loved. Jungkook whispers, his voice cracking, staring not at me, but through me. That's my mother, Jungkook says, his voice hollow and dead. She was the head of the syndicate before me. She was murdered when I was 10. I spent my whole life trying to find her again. And then I found you. The room feels like it's spinning. A sudden, terrifying memory flashes through my mind. When I first met Jungkook a year ago at that coffee shop, he dropped his entire coffee order. He looked like he'd seen a ghost. You found me? I whisper, my voice cracking. At the coffee shop? It wasn't an accident. No, he whispers, a profound, terrible sadness in his eyes. He can't even look at me. I tracked you for months. I made sure we met that day. I used my entire network, my entire fortune to make sure you were safe. I wanted you to be pure, to be real. I built a sanctuary for you. He takes a step toward me, and I take a step back, the butterflies in my stomach turning into a sickening nausea. But I was wrong, wasn't I? Jungkook's voice drops to a lethal, dangerous whisper. I bought you the clothes she liked. I taught you the recipes she loved. I didn't just love you, YN. I created you. I built a cage out of expensive gifts and called it a relationship because I couldn't lose her a second time. You aren't a sanctuary, you're a mirror. I feel like I'm going to throw up. My brain connects the pieces that are so close together they are overlapping. I wasn't his girlfriend. I was a living, breathing doll. A replacement for a dead woman. All the red flags I ignored weren't just him being a Mafia heir. They were him controlling every single breath I took. He was the puppet master. You're a monster, I whisper, tears finally spilling over my lashes. I know, he says, a single tear tracking through the blood on his cheek. And because of my obsession, I almost got you killed. The poison wasn't meant for a pawn, YN. It was meant for me. By the very same syndicate my mother used to run. They used Mia, and they used your face, to completely blind me, to kill the ghost in the air in one go. He looks at me, at the girl he broke, the girl he built. And for the very first time since I met him, I see genuine, unselfish love in his eyes. He's not looking at his mother anymore. He's looking at me. And what now? I ask, my voice hollow, the gun hanging limply in my hand. Now, Jungkook says, looking up at the sky. I guess I finally have to let you die. The ghost, that is. I have to let you live. Before I can even process what he means, the floor beneath us groans. A massive, ear-splitting explosion rocks the building. The syndicate isn't waiting anymore. They rigged the foundation. The ground under our feet buckles violently. The concrete balcony cracks, and the iron railing twists. Jungkook, watch out! I scream. The structural beams snap. Jungkook looks at the door, then at the crumbling floor between us. The ground is splitting right down the middle. I'm on one side near the fire exit. He is on the other, on the very edge of the fracturing balcony. He realizes there's only enough time for one of us to make it out. In that split second, the puppet master makes his final choice. He lunges forward, but not to grab me. He shoves me hard, toward the hallway. Go! He shouts over the roaring sound of falling debris. Run, YN. Forget about me. Live your own life. What about you? I scream, reaching out for him. He stands on the edge of the collapsing floor, looking at me with a look of pure, agonizing sacrifice. The puppet master is tired, Angel, he whispers, a small, sad smile touching his lips. I spent so long trying to keep a ghost alive that I forgot to let you live. Go. Be someone else. Be yourself. A massive piece of the penthouse wall collapses, completely crushing the balcony where he's standing. The floor gives way beneath his feet. Jungkook! My fingers only catch smoke. He falls backward into the pitch-black darkness, down 20 stories to the hard ground below, swallowed whole by the night. I scream his name until my throat bleeds, but the entire penthouse is disintegrating around me. Survival instinct takes over. I slide on my hands and knees through the collapsing rubble, gasping for air as smoke and dust fill my lungs. I make it to the fire escape just as the entire wing of the building collapses in a cloud of dust and flame. 10 minutes later, I'm standing in an alleyway 3 blocks away, covered in soot, gasping for air. I look up at the burning building. The police sirens are screaming, red and blue lights filling the night sky. I look down at my hands. I'm still holding the old portrait of Jungkook's mother. I'm still holding Mia's gun. The heavy weight of the silver dagger is tucked into my ruined dress. My heart is beating in my chest. My heart. I survived. But I'm not sure who died in that penthouse. Was it the monster who controlled my life? Was it the love I thought I had? Or was it just the shadow I was forced to be? I drop the photograph onto the cold pavement, grinding it into the dirt under my heel. The blindfold is gone. The butterflies are dead. Jungkook is gone. The ghost is gone. I turn my back on the fire and walk into the shadows of the city, my fingers tightening around the grip of the pistol. The story is over, but my story has just begun. Now it's my turn to be the villain. Question: OMG. My heart is literally in pieces. Jungkook was the puppet master all along, but he sacrificed his own life just to set YN free. Or did he? Do you think Jungkook is really gone? Or is this just another puppet master move to start over with a new identity? Do you think he really deserved to die for what he did? Or did his final act redeem him? And what is YN going to do now with Mia's gun? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe.